Hello, I'm Wes Anderson, formerly known as Rockwell Anderson.
And I'm Mel, formerly known as Mischievous Mel. And for over a decade, Wes and I traveled over 20 states and 2 foreign countries, photographing over 1,300 bands and interviewing over 400 of them.
Our traveling rock and roll life came to an end in late 2019 when Mel and I became born-again Christians. And it changed again dramatically in January 2020 when I was diagnosed with a deadly and currently without a cure cancer called adenoid cystic carcinoma.
Because only God knows when our last day is going to be, Wes and I decided to make every day a new adventure. And that's how the Adventures of Wes and Mel was born. But our adventures aren't just about us. How boring would that be? So we are coming to a locale near you and want to know what makes your town special. Where are we going to eat? What are we going to see? What is it that only the locals know? Show us the hidden gems. We want you to become part of our adventures.
So contact us or follow us at The Adventures of Wes and Mel on any of these platforms, and we hope to see you on our next adventure.
And welcome back to The Adventures of Wes and Mel, and thank you in part to our sponsors ourselves, Rockwell Anderson Studio, for all your photography needs, rockwellanderson.com, and for all your vacation rental needs, kfbrentals.com. KFBRentals.com. Thank you for your sponsorship.
All right, friends, let's get ready to see Texas Route 66.
Slug Bugs, Cowboys, and Cadillacs. And our first stop is Slugbugranch in Panhandle, Texas, about a half hour from east of Amarillo, Texas.
Now, why did Fact Totem give you all those facts? Because Slugbugranch is really a hidden gem and not a lot of people know about it. In fact, we only found out about it because we
Ask the local.
And what do we recommend you do on our site?
Ask a local. If you really want to see what's on any place, you ask a local.
That's right, and locals will not steer you wrong unless you're really rude to them. But this was awesome. I mean, abandoned buildings are so cool.
Yes, and this particular gas station was kind of creepy. They're all kind of creepy, big. And this whole place was kind of creepy, to be honest. But coming up to the next portion, didn't really know what was going on with this place because it was clearly like half abandoned. That's just a flag picture. But, you know, this building here, it had like new furniture outside and portion of the inside. And then inside, this portion was completely, that's not livable.
Yeah, it was so weird because, again, you would think there was no life out here besides the rats and the armadillos and the zombies.
Not a Cadillac, by the way, here, or a slug bug, by the way.
But it was fine. But yeah, look at this. This looks, I mean, besides the painting on the ceiling, pretty okay.
Yeah, and the original Texaco station was back there, still the bones of it, and with the abandoned truck. At least that's kind of cool, you know, and that same car that we photographed differently. But yeah, really interesting. And there was people living there in that trailer.
In the middle of all this, mind you. It
Yeah.
was literally right smack dab in the middle of all this. It was weird.
But in this, past the trailer right here, in this building that we're coming up to, right before Slugbugranch, the official, that building is it's a store.
A gift shop.
Yeah.
And look there's a lights on. So it was weird. Because there was nothing open. There was no people except for that one trailer, as far as we knew.
As far as we knew. There could have been, who knows, zombies on the prowl, and we just escaped alive. Thankfully, but yeah, Slugbugranch, obviously really cool, really neat, really unexpected for us. And unfortunately, we did not have spray paint. And you could have bought it if they were open, I guess. But we correct that in the next adventure.
But now we help you guys because we didn't know it was there. And now you know to take spray paint when you go to Slugbugranch.
Of course. And the bugs were cool. You know, these have obviously been here a while. And this was kind of built because in response to Cadillac Ranch, which everybody knows about, much later or just not that many years ago, versus Cadillac Ranch, which was, I think, around 1970 or 71, something like that. So, Slugbugranch was kind of the alter ego of Cadillac Ranch.
The much smaller alter ego of Cadillac Ranch.
And Volkswagen Bugs instead of Cadillacs,
Yeah.
obviously. So yeah, but really
And
neat.
you say I'm competitive.
Oh yeah.
You say everything in life I do is a competition.
Well, because in your eyes it is.
Well, yeah, so what? But in this case, this was a competition. And I mean, I guess if you're going for different, they pulled it off. If you're going for bigger, which is the Texan way,
Yeah.
you did not.
Well, yeah.
Just
Big,
saying.
big wins in Texas, yeah. But yeah, really cool stop. Glad we were informed by locals that this was a place to be, and really enjoyed it. And we'll probably stop back there again if we drive by. Panhandle, Texas.
Yeah, because it's so on the route. Actually, it's not that far off the route.
It's right off Interstate 40. It's on right there. And speaking of creepy, this is like,
This is where it takes a turn for strange.
yeah, that slugbugranch is right behind us, right here. But this car is in front of this.
I didn't know if it was a motel, a hotel. I didn't know. But you know me, I'm nosy, so I just walked through, and there you
But-
can see
but-
somebody's lights are on.
Yeah, lights are on, and you saw people, didn't you?
Not did I just see people, and I don't have it on camera, but they came out at me.
By the way, the Executive Inn back there was where we stayed. Beautiful, right next to it. Anyway, now we're on to the Big Texan, the cowboy portion of this.
Now, the Big Texan is so cool because it's a restaurant, as you can see, that's totally huge, and it's beautiful on the inside, but there's also a motel on the other side of the parking lot,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what we're
just,
coming to.
it's really awesome.
Some cool old cars, like this police car. It's Department of Corrections. Aha! They made a joke. And Texas, a limo, big horns, there you go. And they got a brewery there. And just some of the motherlode, New Mexico, Arizona, California.
It is known for if you can eat like a what?
72 ounce.
72 ounce steak, you get your meal for free, but you have to eat
And
the
all
whole
the
thing.
fixins. And they have a horse hotel as well. So you can, but here we got the People Hotel.
And it
So-
looks like it's abandoned, but it's not. It was literally like in between check-in and check-out. That's
Yeah.
why all the cars are at the restaurant.
And now we're getting into the inside of the Big Texan. And there you can get it for free. I did not have the 72 ounce steak. I had some ribs, and they were delicious.
I had the best sweet potato on the planet.
Yes.
And it was delicious.
Normally I hate people take pictures of food, but that was delicious. And we had passed the Big Texan for over
Ever.
a decade, probably 2 decades. We never stopped. This was our actual first stop, and we were super impressed by not only the outside, the inside, and the food was tremendous.
The gift shop is phenomenal. And they also have a mini arcade in there, and this was part of the ceiling decor. It went around the top of the building. So cool. So family friendly.
Yes, they're definitely a must.
Oh, look,
stop.
a dinosaur taking a picture of a dinosaur. And 2 dinosaurs. Oh, wait, I see 3.
Ah,
Ah,
and that is Big Tex Rex that we just saw.
a true legend of Route 66.
Yeah, and now we're taking our leave from the Big Texan, and we're gonna go through the parking lot right
And in
here
case
just
you're
to show you
wondering- in
the
case you're
drive
wondering where
around.
we parking lot cruise, is so you can see the vastness of this place. Like we said, in Texas, everything is
Bigger.
yes.
And we started back by the Horse Hotel, and so we're just gonna loop around, and this Big Tex Rex is on your left. The Big Texan sign, which you see from Interstate 40, is up on the upper left.
And I do want to give a shout out to in the next part when we actually hit Cadillac Ranch, which is where we are heading to from here. There is a portion of the video that is very, very windy because we were outside and we were
yeah.
taking video. It is a lot of wind, so just be prepared for it. Yes, we know it sounds windy. No, we're not stupid, but we wanted to explain that when you're there, you just stop because you never know the weather, especially in Texas. And, as you can see from all of our stops, the flags were literally straight out. Like, straight out.
Yeah, like basically, yeah, horizontal.
Yeah.
Not, yeah, it was bad. But anyway, we are taking a picture in front of the Second Amendment Cowboy at the Cadillac Ranch RV Park.
That's for all your magnets and spray paint needs.
Yes, this is where we got our spray paint for Cadillac Ranch. It's on the frontage road right off the Interstate 40, about a half a mile from actual Cadillac Ranch. But if you have an RV, you can park it here and stay a couple nights or however long you need. And you can stay there if you want to stay in the Amarillo area or you want to be close to the Cadillac Ranch.
Which really, if you do the Slugbugranch and Cadillac Ranch and the Big Texan, you've seen everything fun in the Amarillo.
Oh, Amarillo. If you're into horses, they got the Quarter Horse National Museum.
Oh.
But anyway,
Sorry, I missed it. Go see Biscuit?
Go see Biscuit, yeah. Something like
I
that.
like horses. I don't know anything about them.
But yeah, now we're upcoming to actually going to what you know as Cadillac Ranch. And here, that's the Cadillac's off in the distance, okay? And so we're just gonna drive up and drive along to basically the entrance.
You know what really tripped me out about this, honey?
What?
Is when we were driving up this road, we're coming from pretty far back. There's a lot of cars there. You have to park way up. This is on a weekday, cold and poopy, off season. This place fills up. This place is a must-see stop on Route 66. Obviously, all these cars are there to go to spray paint Cadillacs and have some fun.
Have some fun spray painting Cadillacs, as we are about to do. But here's love locks. I never thought I'd see love locks out here, but we love love locks. And here's a couple pictures of them.
We must, because we put them in a lot of our stuff.
Yeah, we do. Every time we see them.
Well, they pop up everywhere.
Yeah. But here we're getting to the ranch, coming in. And they have official vendors and sponsors. There's a coffee truck. There was spray paint you could buy there, which we had just bought.
Price gouge.
Yeah. So we paid a little bit less at the Cadillac Ranch.
Still price gouged.
Yeah, still expensive. But here we are getting to the actual Cadillacs. And what a really fun day this was, other than the wind. Was pretty amazing, and everything is more than what I expected it to be, because again, we drove by this for decades and never stopped.
And please note that it's Wes's jacket I ruined, not myself.
Oh yeah, and you can see the winds just blowing the paint in the left side of the frame. That's giving you a clue as how windy it is, and you'll hear it worse later. Yeah, so it's as bad as it sounds now, it sounds worse. I hate to say, coming up.
You know what I just painted?
It's Wes and Mel. You have a lot more paint there, so you'll paint it. She did use up the rest of the paint, or did you give it to? No, you gave it to a girl.
I gave it to a little girl who was having so much fun. You'll see her in the video. She's about 3, and she was just best day ever. Paint in 2 hands, and just going to town. So this is the famous Cadillac Ranch. This is awesome. Although I don't recommend a windy day, because when you come out, you just get to take a spray paint.
And it makes the audio really bad. I'm going to talk over it really quick because it's really bad.
And then I have to ask my friends out there, what's worse, the wind or us talking over it? You can email me those comments or just post them up on the video. Just kidding, Rockwell, we love you.
Cadillac Ranch. This is an adventure for the whole family. I just watched a little girl have the best day ever. At about 3, she had a bottle of spray paint and she was going to town.
And there she is with her parents supervising. So they were in on it.
Yeah, it was beautiful to see.
And there she is again.
She was adorable. There was a lot of people there, but she really stood out.
Yeah, again, don't recommend on a windy day, but you go when you can go. That was what you're trying to say over the top of this wind.
Well, and I'm gonna point out that every stop that we did had weather issues on this trip.
And we shouted out slugbugranch there. Don't forget about that. And enjoyed the photos. Look at those tires. I mean, that's a lot of paint over a lot of years. I mean, there's probably inches of paint on these Cadillacs.
Pounds and pounds and pounds. Probably a 150-pound woman full of paint on each car.
Yeah.
I mean, not kidding. I mean, I watched this one kid use 4 spray cans on one little spot. I was like, dude, there's a whole car there. But, whatever. Who am I to say? You saw my artwork.
He spent the $15 per can.
Yeah, price gouge.
But it concludes our Route 66 Texas adventure. Slug bugs, Cowboys, and Cadillacs.
Remember, make every day a new adventure. Turn into the adventures of Wes and Mel. And have a great road trip.
And thanks again to our sponsors ourselves, Rockwell Anderson Studio, rockwellanderson.com for all your photography needs, and kfprentals.com for all your vacation rental needs, kfprentals.com. And make sure you make every day a new adventure.